I'm your host, Jamie Martin. Today we have two very special people who are going to share some very useful information about the book, Lighting Their Fires.
Before we get started, let's take a look at what's new.
What's new? Starfall, a free public service to teach children to read with phonics. Their method of instruction motivates children in an atmosphere of imagination and enthusiasm, provides opportunities for child-directed instruction, and supports English language learners and struggling readers learning alongside their peers. The Starfall reading program is designed to be fun, exciting, and to instill confidence in young children as they learn to read.
Rafe Esquith is a 5th grade elementary school teacher at the school Hobart Elementary School in Los Angeles, California. He has received many honors. He is the only teacher in history to receive the National Medal of Arts. His many other honors include the Teacher Award of America, Parents Magazine As You Grow Award, Oprah Winfrey's Use Your Life Award. This book is framed by a class trip to a major baseball game. Lighting Their Fires moves inning by inning through concepts that help children build character and develop enriching lives. Esquith shows parents how they can equip their kids with all the tools that they need to find success while still having fun in the process. Lighting Their Fires is the rarest of education books. It's one that explains just how to make your children great students, but how to make them thoughtful and honorable in the process. Today we have two students from the University of South Alabama. They're in class EDM 310. Our guests are future educators, and they would like to give us a little information about the book. Welcome, Melissa Willis and Casey Mooney.
Hi. Thank you for having us.
Glad to have you here. Let's jump right in. Let's talk about the first chapter of the book, better known as the first ending. Exactly how is the book written around the events of a baseball game?
Well, Mr. Esquith was fortunate to have someone donate 6 tickets per home game for the Dodgers games. So he randomly chooses students to take with him to engage in this activity in hopes that it would be a life-changing experience for them. Once at the game, he uses a number of rather mundane events to point out the more nuisance logic of the approach to education.
That sounds interesting. Can you tell us from reading this chapter exactly what his approach to education is?
Well, one of the first points he makes is about the concept of time and how being on time is important. He also says that being on time reflects our ability to control our own destinies. He states that school makes an assumption that skills can be taught quickly and effectively, and he wants us to know that education is a long, long journey, and that he wants that we need to be patient, and when we plant seeds, it sets an example, and if we're consistent with our words and our deeds, then we produce tremendous young students.
I agree. Education is a long journey. Mr. Esquith, he talks about homework and the fact that he doesn't give his students a lot of homework. How do you feel about that? What's your take on that?
Well, I would have to say that my take on the homework thing is that I agree with him. You know, I think that students don't need a whole lot of homework when they go home, when they've been bombarded with this work. At school, yes, you know, they learn stuff when they do this, but I know when I'm relaxed and not as stressed out, then I feel like I can get more accomplished. So when it comes to homework and me being an educator soon, I don't think that I would probably give a whole lot of homework just so that students can have time to relax and recoup and think about the things that went on that day that they learned at school, and be kids.
Right, absolutely.
I actually agree with that. I think that schools give a lot of homework, and sometimes the kids need to go home and just have some time. It also teaches time management when they go home. They don't have a lot of homework. They can figure out what they're going to do with their free time and when they're going to do their homework. And I think it helps them feel like options and things for them to do. So I think it's also a teaching thing for students.
Right. I have to say I agree with both of you ladies about that. What about any suggestions? Did the book give any suggestions to teachers or parents as far as how they can help their students become better students in the future?
He gives, there's several of them. In one of the sections of the book, Hooray for Hollywood, he talks about the parents watching films with their students, and when watching the films with them, they can kind of guide their thinking. Parents should also let their students engage in music and theater and plays. It's critical for them to understand things like that, and I think it's a good exercise for the importance of time too.
Right. Well, we're about running out of time, but before we go, I know there was a post-game show in the book. So let's talk about the post-game show. Can you give us a brief summary of what that was about?
Okay, well, I guess I'll take this one. In the book, it begins and ends with Sammy, a student with a history of having difficulties in school. You know, a lot of teachers have those kind of students. And he was struggling to connect with his peers, and certainly not a favorite student of all the teachers. But he talked out of turn, and he couldn't sit still, and came to school dirty, and rarely engaged in group activities. So traditional wisdom might inject that Sam's young body with medications and implement a rigid behavior plan, or refer to him for excessive testing. But Rafe took it further, and he took the only path that could really help Sammy, and he developed a friendship with Sammy. And with him developing a friendship with him, it helped him become excited about American history, and it helped him build friendships with his peers.
Wow. I hope that educators can take this approach, treating kids like human beings. You know, that's the only way that our kids, we can help them develop fully. Anything else you ladies would like to add? Well, great. Well, in closing, Lighting Their Fires is an enjoyable read, chock full of many important tips for both teachers and parents. His insights provide food for thought, ample antidotes about how we can become better educators for our kids despite the many challenges faced by families, kids, and educators. Thank you for joining us today here at the Teachers Cafe. We hope to see you next time.